Hey everyone, this is Alvin on behalf of Neil Napier and the rest of the KV Social team. Before I get started, just want to make sure that you can hear me. Just give me a quick yes or one in the chat if both audio and video is coming through loud and clear. On your screen right now, you should be able to see Welcome to Discover with Walt Bayless. Now we do have Walt on the call today, and he basically is going to show you the most effective and most efficient way to generate leads, make a sale, and complete autopilot as well. So guys, give me a quick yes if everything's loud and clear on your end. And if you have any problems with the audio or the video, let me know as well, because again, we want to make sure that you don't miss a single thing on this webinar. All right, perfect. So everyone's saying yes. So let's get started. So just to give you a quick intro, guys. So for those who don't know Walt, Walt is actually the creator of the world famous Data Geo, right? That software alone actually allowed you to find hidden leads and local businesses that are hungry for your kind of services. Now we've known Walt for a couple of years now, and he has always been able to create awesome applications that a lot of online marketers use every single day. In fact, he's been featured on Fox, NBC, and ABC for being one of the spearheading people who are taking the future of internet marketing and software development into the new world. All right, so guys, please give a warm KV Social welcome to Walt. So just say hey or welcome in the chat. All right, so Walt, if you're ready, you may take it away.
All right. Hi, everyone. This is Walt Bayless. I'm so excited to be joining you on this webinar. Man, watching that countdown timer, it's like I so wanted to start this a few moments ago, like even just a few minutes ago, watching people come into the chat box, saying hi to people in there. Hi, everyone. Great to see you. I keep wanting to start it early because I just, I'm so eager to get in. But thank you for joining me. I know you could have been anywhere in the world, absolutely anywhere right now, and you chose to be here. Something in the emails that you were sent, something captured your attention, and you thought, maybe I can come onto this webinar and find a better way. And if that's you, you're in exactly the right place at the right time. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Let me start this in the right way. We start webinars just by making sure everybody's good, we can hear and see, and everybody can input. So if you can hear and see me okay, if you can see our Discover, our brand new software box on the screen there, my little promo shot, and you can hear me okay, drop a 1 in the chat box, say hi. Hi, ones. Okay, cool. Wow, cool. We've got so many people on the call. Guys, we do have literally so many people on the call. If I don't get to your question straight away, don't worry, I will come back to you on it, or you can email afterwards. If you're watching this live, I'm here, I'm available to answer questions. I've got my team here as well, so some of them are signed in as me. You might see my name popping up even though I'm talking. So my team are here, they can help with questions, but if I miss it, or if you're watching this on a replay, and yes, there will be a replay, if you're watching on a replay, you can still send a question and it'll come through on an email and we'll be able to answer it. So hi, and look at all the ones and the highs. Guys, wow, thank you so much for joining me. This is so very, very cool. Now, typically a webinar lasts about an hour. I'm going to try and keep this a little bit shorter. I'm going to try and keep it interesting. I'm going to fly through and show you something that's really amazing. As it says on the screen, welcome to Discover. Now, Discover for me is something huge. We've been working on this program for more than 18 months. If you know me at all, I've developed programs online like RepWarn, like Webinar Geo, tons of programs out there that we build for business, we build for long-term, we build serious products, and Discover is part of our new suite of software that we're looking to massively explode. So this is the first of our suite of tools in the Discover range, and because of that, to celebrate, we've got something really special to talk to you about, and something really special to offer you with this amazing launch that we've got with Discover. So, but let's start with why we're here. I mean, you saw the email, something grabbed your attention, as I mentioned, but it's a good thing to start with why we're here. So let's do that. Why are we here? Something grabbed you, right? Can you guys let me know in the chat box if you can, if you feel like typing and interacting with me, please do so. Why are you here? What are you looking to achieve? Are you looking to make more money, I guess is probably the principal one. Are you looking to get easy sales, easy leads? Something in the emails talked about sales funnel automations. Make more sales. Okay, cool. I'm seeing the answers there. Make more sales. Dollar signs. Okay, cool. Dollar signs are fine with me. I like those as well. Get leads. Yep, cool. That was all what the emails were all about, making sure the leads are coming through. So yeah, everybody's answering there. And yeah, we're all in the right place at the right time. So the emails talked about lots of different things. They talked about automation and lead generation and making sales 24/7 while you're sleeping. And that's really what this webinar is all about and what we're here for. So to our little few bullet points, it's more customers. Each and every one of us wants more customers. I mean, I have probably only met 5 or 6 people in my life who say, you know what, I've got enough customers. They don't want to grow, they've got a successful business. But every single other person I've met has said, man, if I could just get another 10 clients a month, if I could just get another 5 clients a year, if I could get another 10 sales a day, whatever it is, there's that desire to get a few more customers, more in the door, more leads, more sales, all that kind of stuff. So leads on autopilot. I think that was probably the predominant message of all of the emails that you would have received leading up to this webinar. Leads on autopilot. That's one of the major reasons that we're here. Automation software. How do we use intelligent, smart software and the technology of today to automate some of the things that's taken all of our time to do up until now? Things that take time or take money. How can we use technology to change it? That's what we're here for. And to make easy sales, I think that's probably the big hook, isn't it? Something that you can say, I pushed a button and then tomorrow I woke up and I had a sale in my account. All right? And that is possible. Believe me, I do it all the time. We wake up and we see this happening. And we've got testimonials and case studies to show you as well, where it's working each and every day. So you're in the right place at the right time. But underlining all of that is making money, isn't it? As a business, as a transaction, a sale takes place when a customer meets a product that they need. Does that make sense? You have a product and a customer that wants it, bang, a sales takes place. And we're here to help that transaction make money. Now, what we're going to talk about some of the things that you want to make sales of in a few minutes. It could be, you have your own e-commerce store. It could be that you're selling services. You might be, in web design, you might do SEO for people, mobile apps, whatever it might be. So you have what you want to sell. And if you don't, by the way, don't worry, I've got you covered there as well. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But for most of us, we want to make more money. And to do that, we need to make sales. Okay? And probably one of the other big reasons, and I want to talk about this a little bit on this webinar, is that the other big reason for being here is we want to save time. We want to save time because software and technology and all that kind of stuff, really the major benefit of what it provides to us is the ability to automate what we do daily that takes so much time. Is that right? So we can literally have something working for us 24/7 while we can do other stuff. Okay, and I'm going to talk about that, but that's a major thing. So making more money and doing that without impacting us in any sort of a time way. Is that right? Like, guys, if I'm on the right track, and again, I'm not going to ask you too many times to jump in, but if I'm on the right track, drop me a 1, all right? Or if you're here for a different reason, drop a 2 and tell me why. Because these seem to be, this is what we brought here with the emails. Okay, 1, 1, 1, okay, 1s. I'm seeing 1s. I'm not seeing any 2s yet, so that's great. If there's any 2s, we're in the wrong webinar room or something like that. So 1, 1, 1, I'm seeing that we're all here for the same reasons. More customers, more sales, to find out how this new technology and software can make life easier for us along the process. So that's our goal, right? Let's all start with a common goal. If that's our goal here on this webinar, you're investing your time to come and hear me talk and hear this new piece of technology that we've got. And let's keep our goals in focus, money and time. We want to find a way to make things easier. We want to find a way that technology then can turn into a return, so we can have money coming into our lives by generating, economy, by making sales, doing that stuff. So that's our goal, right? Money and time. Now, I am excited about this new technology. I am excited about this release, and if I'm waffling on too much, if I'm going on, on a tangent, I apologize, but the goals are there, okay? Please stick with me. The goals are there. The goal is money and time, to find a way that we can make both of those things happen. So let's kick into it. And I just wanted to get your permission, and is that okay? I think we've got everybody covered there. So let me start with this, and I do need a little bit of input from you here. So where are we starting from? Okay, where are we starting from? Just give me an overview. If you already have a product that you can sell, As in, I could go to a web page or somewhere or get on a phone with you and you have something to sell me. If you have a product that you could sell for money right now, please drop a 1 in the chat box. If you don't have anything that you could sell right now and you're literally just getting started, you don't even know anything about this, drop a 2. All right? So if you have something I could buy, drop a 1. If you've got something, if you don't have something, you've never made a sale of anything in your life and you're just getting started, drop a 2. Let me see what we've got. Okay, 1s. I'm seeing lots of 1s. 1s, 2. There is a 2. Okay, welcome. Great to have you with us. 1s, predominantly 1s. Okay. All right, cool. Predominantly 1s. All right, I'm seeing you're just getting started. That's fine. That's okay. We'll talk about that in just a second. But predominantly, there's 1s in the chat box. So what that tells me is that you guys are here, you have something to sell, and you want to sell more of it. Whatever that might be. Bring in more customers, bring in more sales. You have something I can buy from you right now and you need more customers to buy those things. And if that's you, bingo, you're in the right place. The people who are just getting started, stick with me. I'll talk to you about that as well because there's lots and lots of opportunities out there that we'll cover off on this webinar. So we've discovered who is selling. Now, guys, I do need one more little bit of input before I get into the whole sort of meat of how this new technology works. We found out who's selling predominantly. Can you do me one more favor? Can you just let me know what your average price per sale is? All right. So if you're, you're selling web services, maybe a customer, maybe it's better to phrase that question. What's a customer worth to you? Okay. Okay. I'm seeing answers already. $300. Okay, cool. What have we got? 1 to 2,000 up to 10,000. Nice. Like those sales. 10,000 and above. Okay, cool. I'm seeing some 500s. All right. So guys, what is your average customer worth to you? Can you just keep dropping those numbers in the chat box for me? I'm seeing lots of answers, so I apologize for not calling them out individually, but I'm seeing, what have we got? 300? Yep. 0 to 100 range? Okay, that's probably the lowest I've seen. 0, what do you mean 0? Oh, opt-in leads, I guess. Maybe you could clarify for me, but 0 to 100, okay, cool. Lots of 500 to 1,000s. Guys, give me a range. What's an average customer? 40,000? Great. I like that one, Ralph. $40,000 per customer, that's great. So we've got a 300, yep, 500, okay. Up to 1,000, 1,000, yep, cool, no worries. All right, great. So lots of answers there, everything from 0, which I'm assuming is an opt-in lead, but up to 40,000, which was Ralph. All right, so an average price per sale of, I don't know, what is it? What would be an average? I'm guessing like, what's a customer worth to you? Somewhere between 500 and 1,000. Is that fair if we took an average of everyone? Somewhere between 500 and 1,000. I guess people are selling all kinds of different stuff. If you're out there and doing big contracts and deals, you might be doing 40,000 to 100,000. If you're doing, I don't know, web services, a video, an app, it might be $2,000. If you're doing, SEO for people, it might be 500 a month. But I think can we just take an average and we say somewhere between, an average customer is worth somewhere between, I don't know, 500 and 1,000. To kind of get the feel of where we are. Okay, that's really helpful, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So that's kind of an average price per customer. Great. That's about standard with what we're seeing. And as I mentioned, if you're not selling anything yet, there was a couple of people with those 2s. You're not selling anything yet, stick with me. We'll show you some of the cool stuff with this as well. All right, cool. So we've got an average of somewhere between 500 and 1,000 roughly per sale. Interesting to know. Now, I'm not going to bore you to tears with this background. I'm going to do this really, really fast. So we go sales, software, advertising, local automation. Bang, that's me. I'm done. That's my background. For anyone that knows me, I've been online creating programs and creating software for about 8 years now. We've sold millions of dollars worth of programs. Before that, though, I was in the sales background. I got out of school. I didn't get very high grades in school. I went into the hospitality industry, which was very kind to me. Taught me how to deal with people, and then from there I was lucky enough to get into sales, into a sales environment, had a good teacher, and stayed for many, many years, quite a long time in my life. I think I've never done the math before, but probably 12 years in the sales environment. And then I got into software, again in selling of software. From there I started my own business, and we were initially selling online advertising, so we were taken out, and from that it morphed. I had an offer to buy out my online advertising business, which I did, and kind of I sold the goose that laid the golden egg. So now I'm like desperate to bring some more money in the door. That was a mistake, but as part of that, I had a lot of businesses come to me and say, hey, I understand that you know about online advertising, can you help me with that? So we had a very successful local business marketing company. And we were helping people with all kinds of things. We were doing video marketing, we were doing SEO for them, we were doing content marketing, and that was going very well. I had a big sales team, I had a telemarketing team, and I had appointment setting team, and I was driving around and closing deals and all kinds of stuff. And as part of that, and again, to cut the long story short, I started moving into automation because a lot of that work, a lot of the team stuff, a lot of the things that we were doing took a lot of time, and I started to try and build ways that we could automate a lot of that, and that's where we are today. So now we're in this software automation field, have been for about 8 years, and we build tools that help people to automate and make money for themselves and do all kinds of cool stuff. That's me in a nutshell. I guess I just wanted to give you my background there because it's important to know that what we're about to talk about in terms of automation, in terms of finding leads, in terms of closing sales, in terms of making more money is something that's definitely close to my heart, okay? This is where I've come from, and I understand and I know what it takes to do that. And because of that, and because of the fact that we've done it and we do it every day, the tools we create are built with the right purposes in mind, okay? Important to let you know. Okay, so I mentioned before that we had a team to feed the sales, and even when I was working by myself, you can kind of almost put this on a pie chart. What I understand and what I know from sales is that it takes a lot of prospecting, a lot of initial grunt work to fill a sales pipeline, and then to speak to the interested prospects and finally move that through to a single sale. All right, you have to talk to a lot, a few are interested, a smaller few are really interested, and one will actually buy. Is that, that's a fairly standard recommendation. Now, with the web, and again, advertising background, I know this as well, a lot of people have gone, do you know what? I can eliminate that first part by just putting up some ads, and those people that are interested will contact me. And that's really great because they'll contact me and I'll know who's interested and I can make that sale and we can cut out a lot. But what I'm talking about, because the advertising costs money too, doesn't it? The advertising costs a lot of money too. Now, before everybody jumps on and bashes me, I know there's free methods of advertising. I do know that. But anybody that's serious in business knows that if you're trying to find customers, you need to pay for ads. So at one part, and you can almost see that on the screen, I haven't done that deliberately, but taking up a major part of that as a timeline, I guess, if you look at what we've got on the screen right now, on the left-hand side is that team, and on the right-hand side is the sale. The team takes up more space than the sale. What I mean by that, and I said I kind of did that accidentally, but that works with a visual representation. It takes a lot in the beginning to make the sale at the end. A lot of prospecting, a lot of whatever, a lot of spending on advertising to finally get to that point of a sale. And in fact, if we have a look as an average across hundreds of different types of companies and hundreds of different types of organizations, it's typically about 90-10. For every 100 people spoken to, 10 turn into sales. And again, if you're relating that to advertising, if you're getting 100 clicks, you're getting 10 sales, you're doing really well. Some are as low as 2% and 3%. Some, if you've got higher value customers, your percentage is going to be much lower, but you're going to get the sale. But as an average. So check that out for a second. Where is the majority of your cost on that page? You guys know the answer, right? If I look at that picture on that page, and if I said that's the costs that it takes to generate a sale, the majority is in the prospecting and the finding customers and the lead generation of the cost. I'm talking of the cost. The majority of the cost is in that 90, and the majority of the value is in the 10. Now, I'm not saying that lead generation is not valuable. It's intensely valuable. You need one to create the other. I'm just talking about purely from a cost and return perspective. Okay, costs and returns. It costs a lot of money and doesn't bring a lot in the prospecting and finding customers stage. It makes a lot of money and doesn't cost a lot for that final closing section, okay? Just purely in terms of cost. It might take 5 people on the phones finding customers and appointments and 1 person just filling in the sales. 5 people in a cost, 1 person. Now, I know that 1 person's going to be better paid and all that kind of stuff. I do know that, okay? But you can see my point. You can see my point. Cost, effort, time. The majority is in the beginning, and the value comes at the end, all right? So that's what we're here to try and fix. Now, in modern terms, in modern day terms, and you would have seen this everywhere in the last 18 months or 2 years online, is a term called a funnel. You can see that on the screen. Now, we know what a funnel is by now, don't we? We know that lots of people come in the top. They're the people who are clicking on our ads. They're the people who are responding to the leaflets and the brochures or the whatever, the funnel. And down the bottom with the shopping cart there, that's what's coming out with people making sales and the transaction and the money, right? And again, we know that. The trouble is that, as you said, this is a sales funnel. The trouble is that this has always been the tough part. This has always been the tough part. Filling that funnel, filling the funnel has always been the top part, all right? The hardest part of any process, all right? And believe me, as I said, I know. I have done the hours of telesales. I've done it. I've been, when I was working for one of my last jobs, actually was working with a software company that was delivering, they were, ERP was the, what's the acronym? ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, high level, $100,000 a seat, industry level, board level kind of software. I've spent hours on the phone hitting up companies. Are you interested? Are you interested? Are you interested? Are you interested? All right. To get that one that says, oh, maybe. And then jumping on a plane, going and see them, you know, sitting down, closing the deal 1 in 10, all that kind of stuff. All right. Believe me, I know. When we ran our own company and we were performing those video marketing and SEO and all that kind of services, again, I know. We had a team of people phoning, trying to find people who are interested, setting appointments and taking them. I know. I've had Facebook ad campaigns running where we're getting tens of thousands of clicks. You know, we're paying out whatever we're paying out and it's coming through and the trickles turn into the customers and you're just looking to get that return on investment. I know, believe me, I know. All right. The struggle has always been filling the funnel. Always. The struggle has always been filling the funnel. All right, so we talked about this a few moments ago, the average sale value. And I think we had a big range there. And again, thank you guys, I appreciate that. We had a big range. But the average sale value, somewhere between $500 and $1,000, seemed to be, you know, floating around. And again, I know lots of people making $20 sales and $50 sales and, you know, automating $300 sales or whatever. But if we're taking an average, and please understand I'm talking an average. Or maybe it's safer to take that $500 level. I didn't have time to add them all up and divide them, but they have $500 to $1,000, something like that. Average sale value. Now, online, the average sale value is a lot lower than it is out there in what we commonly call the real world, isn't it? I mean, a real estate transaction, a new car, an office space leasing, or whatever, a new kitchen fit out, typically runs into tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, but here online we talk about software. It might be, you know, $400 or $500. We talk about e-com, or we talk about services. You know, a video. I just I did a big spurge on some video creation using one of the freelancing sites, and I think I spent about $2,500 just in the last week. So average sale value, somewhere around there. But you know, let's say 500. Let's say up to 1,000, whatever it is. All right. And remember our goal. Remember, I did promise you that I'm excited. And I'm going to go on a bit, but our goal is to get more time and more money, right? More time and more money. That's our goal. So, a better way. This is why you're here. This is why we created Discover. And as it says there, it's complete sales funnel automation. All right? Going back a couple of slides, if I can. That one. I know the struggle to fill the funnel. That's what we did. And that's why we created the tool that I'm about to show you. What Discover does is it completely automates the sales funnel. It finds leads. Now, these leads will meet the criteria that you set, and it will find those leads, and it will keep looking for those leads 24/7. Not only that, it will then automate the approach to those initial leads to find out who is interested and who's not. It'll then automate the follow-up. And Forbes magazine is actually a statistic on our webpage that shows Forbes magazine said over 70% of interested leads never receive a follow-up. Are you guilty? I know I am. Hand up in the air. Have you had a whole bunch of leads and not got back to any of them? Have you been at a trade show with a plastic bag full of business cards and only called back 3? I have, I know, hands up, all right. Are you guilty? Are you guilty of not following up? I know I am. Forbes will tell us, Forbes magazine tells us that over 70% of people who are interested in buying from you never receive the follow-up. Oh my God. And yet we struggle to hit our targets, but that's the reality, and that's the truth. And so we built some smart software to take care of that for you. All right, so Discover will find the leads, and not only that, we'll automate the funnel. That means the initial approach and the follow-up, because we built it to be a better way. And when I say it's a sales funnel automation, what this is designed to do is to take away the drudge of the initial approaches and the finding of the prospects, okay? The software has been built to find prospects, to approach and to follow up so that you can make more sales and make more money. That's what we're here for, okay? That's what we're here for. So Discover is a complete sales funnel automation program. And now I would love to show you. So we're going to log in. I'm actually going to show you how Discover can work for you. Let's go and have a look. So here, and welcome to our brand new Discover software system. And this is the dashboard that we've got. And I'm going to walk through. I'm going to show you how this is so exciting. There's things that you can do with this program that really make the whole sales funnel automated, that make it amazing and simple. So let's start with some cool stuff. And I guess, just simply, let's start with a search. We want to find some leads. Let's say we're selling business services. I don't know, we might be selling video marketing, or we might be doing apps, or we might be doing SEO. And if you're not doing any of those things, but you're doing other things, I'm going to show you that in just a second as well. So stay with me. So let's say, for example, that we find out that we've got a really good success rate with dentists. We could go in. Did you know, by the way, just as a side note, that a dentist average customer value is $40,000 of a lifetime? So think about that next time you're going to go to bed without brushing your teeth. When a dentist looks at you, they're seeing $40,000 worth of income in your lifetime. So keep that in mind. So let's see, for example, if we wanted to find dentists and we want to find them in our local area. So we're just going to do an advanced search. Now there's lots of different search options and they return different results within the Discover system. So we've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got Google+, LinkedIn, and Google Natural Search, the web search itself. So let's say, for example, I wanted to find dentists that have Facebook pages, and we want to see if we can do some extra work with them. So I'm going to use Facebook as my starting point. How many results we want, and where do we want to search? So I can, for example, I might go into the United States and just choose anywhere. I don't know, I'm scrolling randomly, and I see, I don't know, Fort Worth. There we go. So I'm going to search in United States in Fort Worth for dentists using Facebook as a starting point. Now, there's a couple of different options I can set up here. I can include results that don't have email addresses, or I can choose to give me all of them, which I'll do with this one. And I can look for extra email addresses. This is part of the huge power of Discover. So I'm going to leave that ticked for now. But I can also do things like, only show me people who have got a certain amount of likes, or that kind of stuff. I can search pages or groups. So let's just give it a run. Okay, so we want to click on go. So straight away we've got some results, like it took 1 second. So here's some dentists in Fort Worth who have got Facebook pages, okay, and we can start to work with them. Now, I can see lots of information or lots of results here that don't necessarily have a website. Well, that might be a good starting point as well, a website linked to their Facebook page, I mean. So you can see these ones do have websites listed on their Facebook pages, and there's one that doesn't. So again, that might be a good lead that you can contact them and say, hey, notice this. So let's not look at all of them. Let's just grab maybe 5 just as a starting point. So I'm just grabbing 5 different dentists here and showing this next step. So running the analysis. Now this is where the magic of Discover kicks in, and this screen takes a few minutes just to populate with all of the information, but you can see straight away behind that we've got some email addresses. Great starting point. So I can straight away make sure that I'm approaching these particular results because I've got a way to do that. So I've got a method of approaching them. Okay, and that just found Dr. Ramsey's there as well on BLV Dentistry, so I'm good. Now, what does this screen tell me? As it's populating and as it's adding more information, there's a lot of information I can see straight away. I can see how many pages, so these 10 and 20 results, that means more than 10, more than 20. We stopped searching at 10. So these have got more than 10 index pages, more than 20 backlinks. Okay, so they obviously have a fairly good SEO knowledge. They've been able to find that information. Do they have results in the Google Top 20? Yes, and we'll show you what those results are in just a second. Do they have a video? No, no, yes, yes, yes. So there's a couple of people, if I'm doing video marketing, bang, I've got some leads straight away. Do they have ads, yes or no? Email addresses, and then the social profiles. Do they have a Twitter account linked? Have we got a LinkedIn profile that's showing up? Have we got a Facebook profile? Do we have mobile apps? Okay, so that's the first initial glance that I've got at these particular leads. But if I look a little bit deeper, I can find out a lot more. So by clicking on that particular lead, I've got a lot of information that's been found in just a few seconds using the Discover system. First of all, of course, I've got their website, and I can check out their website, and I can, make my own judgment from there. I can start to find out the Twitter profile. They don't have one. Maybe that's something we can talk to them about. Is their site mobile responsive? Well, there's a lead straight away. Do they have a video? LinkedIn. Okay, I've got an email address. I've got their Facebook page. So again, I can open up their Facebook page. There it is. And I can go into this page and find out anything about it. So for example, I can see we've got some reviews there, 64 of them. There might be a great case for reputation monitoring, that kind of stuff. So I can see that. But let's have a quick scan of the other things we can find. We've got these backlinks. So where are the links coming from? Where are they pointing to? What is the anchor text, trust and citation? So I can see some information there as well. I can see, for example, SEO data. So I can see, have they got an H1 tag, H2 tag? No. So there's some information we can do there. What are their indexed pages? We're not showing anything that's come up there, so their website needs some more content. What keywords are they ranking for, and where are they ranking? So, for example, I can see brush dentistry, they're ranking number 2, but the dentists in their local areas, they need a bit of work to be able to boost them up a little bit. Have they got any ads running to different pages on their site? We can see that information as well. So straight away, Discover in a second has been able to find a heck of a lot of information about this particular client. Okay, but that's not where the magic stops, because the magic, there's lots of programs that have been out there. We've created a couple in our history that have done this step, that have found leads and found information. Okay, but it's what happens next. That's the true magic of this software. Okay, and I want to take you to this part which says automation and rules. Okay, and I can start to create automation and rules that now this search can be turned into prospects, and those prospects can be followed up on Autopilot. Okay, so for a start, I can say I've got some projects there. I could have set up a project for my dentist. So I can say, what do I want to do? Let's say that this is my project. Sorry, excuse me. And I've got different stages. I'll show you the stages in just a second. And then I want to connect them to a particular autoresponder in a list. Now I've got Aweber connected, but you can connect others. We've got the training videos there, and we connect to Zapier, which I'll talk about in just a moment. All right. So let's have a look. So I might create. Let's go into my project actually, and I might create some new stages. So I've got I might have a stage of. They might be a prospect. Okay. Then they might become a hot lead. Okay, I might be have spoken to them. I might be then they become a customer. All right, so I can move them all the way through. Cool. Create that one as well. All right, so I've got prospects, customers, leads, which ones I've spoken to, etc. So now what I can do in this automation is I can say, when I find a lead that meets my criteria, I want to add them to that particular project at that particular stage. And then if they get added to that stage, add them to this particular autoresponder. Now, do you see what I'm talking about here? Because some leads won't meet your criteria. You can set it up that only the ones you want to go to that certain criteria are the ones that get that specific email. Okay? So you can set up that if they have a video, send them this email. If they don't have a video, send them that email. If they have a good SEO standing, then set them up on this particular autoresponder list and send them that particular approach series. Do you see what I mean? Or we can go into just quite simply, and I'll talk about this in just a second, everyone that meets this criteria, I want to approach them and see if they're interested in what I've got. All right, I'll talk about that in just a second. And then the other thing is we've got this scheduled search. So we want to be able to run that search on any location with my criteria at a particular time frame and then automate the follow-up and the autoresponders. So every Tuesday, go and run a search, and you can see that we've got duplicates there. So if it finds duplicates, it won't add them to the system. But if you're finding leads, run it every 24 hours, run it every week, run it every 2 weeks, whatever you want to set it up. Go and find me people that meet these criteria, add them to my pipeline, and let's get them into the system. Okay? This is where the real power of Discover comes into play, because you can automate the entire process from finding a lead all the way through to getting a result, and it happens automatically. And we've got tons and tons of case studies and tutorials from people that have been using this system, and systems like one of our guys with our reputation monitoring service, he had a $1,000 sale, actually at $997, but let's call it $1,000. He had a $1,000 sale that come in because Discover found a lead, send them an email, send them a follow-up email, send them another follow-up email, and they became a customer. $1,000. He'd never spoken to the customer. They'd just been moved through a process. Okay, this is the unbelievable power of Discover. Can you guys see that? Like, just drop a 1 if you're looking at this thing. Whoa, that's straight away. I've seen how I can capture that. Just yeah, one. Cool. I'm seeing the ones. Thank you. Wow, great. Okay, cool. There's lots of other things I want to show you, but the cool part about Discover is the automation. And I'm going to show you some more searches in just a second. But while I'm on the topic of automation, I want to just take you to this website because we integrate with a program, a system called Zapier or Zapier, however you pronounce it. And Zapier adds some of the most amazing automation that you've ever seen in your life, and it plugs straight into your Discover system. And we talk about things like, first of all, Google. Okay, so Google Pages, Facebook Pages, Google Drive, websites, that kind of stuff. But then we get into stuff like autoresponders. So all of the autoresponders like ActiveCampaign and Infusionsoft is one of the premium ones, so you need to pay with that. But ActiveCampaign and all the others, MailChimp that are there and different ones, we can integrate straight away. So we find a lead. So we don't necessarily need to have your autoresponder connected. We cover it. But what about Twitter? What if you found somebody that met a particular criteria and wanted to send them a quick tweet? Isn't that amazing? Or you wanted to send them to a Facebook page. Or if you've got the paid version of Zapier, I've got the free version, but you can add them to Salesforce. Or you can add them to Zoho CRM, okay? And there's heaps of other CRM programs in here as well. What about Twilio? Being able to send them an SMS message, okay? Contact them on LinkedIn. The automation that's possible because of Zapier is absolutely massive. And what we do is, using Discover, we find a lead, we get their contact email address, and then you can use Zapier to do almost anything with them. All right, you can add them to a CRM system, you can add them to your autoresponder, but Zapier adds a massive integration. So what Discover does is it automates the finding of the leads in the right way, and then you can use the automation to A, put them into an autoresponder sequence, and B, use the Zapier integration to do some amazing stuff. You can automatically register them for a webinar, you could automatically send them a tweet, you could send them an SMS, whatever. All of that is possible because of the automation of finding those leads using the Discover system. So I mentioned that there was some other search stuff. So what do you think, guys? I know I'm talking fast and I've got my team looking at questions there. I'm seeing heaps of cool feedback, like I'm seeing the words cool, I'm seeing excellent, I'm seeing awesome, and I'm seeing lots of people say, when can I get it? I'll cover that in just a second. Let me show you some other searches as well. So we talked about, just using Facebook, and Google's pretty standard, but let me show you some other ones. So imagine if, and I've actually done this, I've got an autoresponder set up in the background, and we run a program called Webinar Geo, which you guys are on right now. This is our own webinar platform. And what we found is a great result with sales managers. Being able to show them a webinar platform that they can do online presentations with actually is getting great responses. So instead of using cold traffic, I can use Discover. And let me show you how I might do that. So I come up here to sales, and I'm going to type in sales management, just like that. All right. Now, instead of running a Facebook search in this example, just for this one, I want to show you, what if I ran a LinkedIn search, all right? So I'm looking for professionals in sales management, okay? And I want to run that with Discover. Let's go. Bam, straight away. Now, again, I won't select all, but I'll select, 5 or 10 of them, all right? So these are organizations on LinkedIn that are using the word sales management, and they then become amazing prospects for me to go out and send an initial approach email, don't they? So I'm not necessarily selling web services. I'm not selling video marketing. I'm not selling social media or anything like that. I've got something else I want to talk to them about. But I know who's interested in that. So I can come and find those interested people. And I can come in and have those approaches. Like if you just go to this particular LinkedIn page, and it's the Sales Management Association, there is nowhere that you'll see Mr. rjkellysalesmanagement.org's email address on that page. But Discover will find it because we tag in to an email discovery system that will find the connected email addresses for you. Okay? So I've got now professional sales management organizations on LinkedIn and a method to contact them. And I'm going to automate that. I'm going to say anybody that meets, so I'm going to create a new project, and this will be my sales managers project, just like that. All right, and I literally just want to say anybody that meets that, add them to my autoresponder. So I come in here and I go, right, if I find anybody in the sales management leads thing, add them to my autoresponder on this particular list, all right, and I can verify the emails, okay, done, and I am done, okay. So now, as I run that search, and let's go back a couple of screens, let's go back. There we go, there's my sales managers. I can say, right, add them all to my pipeline, to my sales managers pipeline, and that will then automate the initial email, the approach. I can set up a sequence of emails that sends them to a presentation, and there's laws in place that say specifically about sending people cold emails. All right, and I suggest you read up on those laws, and I'll cover that in a little bit in the frequently asked questions. But the first thing that you need to do to be compliant with the law is have an opt-out button. So if they receive an email and they don't ever want to receive another one, they can opt out. Now, guess what the autoresponder companies do really well? They make that easy. So you can just add them to the pipeline. They get added to the autoresponder. They get sent a message. Now, if they're interested, they're going to click and they're going to come through your pipeline. If they're not interested, they're going to click unsubscribe and you're done. All right? But how much time has it cost you? None. How much time has it cost you? None. The reality is Discover is working in the background, finding those leads in the right criteria and adding them to the right pipeline with the right messages 100% of the time without you having to be involved. Is that cool or what? Guys, give me a cool if you think that's cool, because I'm kind of going to keep talking here because I'm so excited about it. We've had this running. We've had people who have had a beta account. We had 30 beta testers over the last 6 months. People running searches 24/7, finding leads and closing sales to hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, and all on automatic pilot. Okay, I'm seeing the calls. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, let me show you another search. So we've done like a Facebook one, and Google's pretty standard. Google Places is interesting because you can find people with reviews and that kind of stuff. But let me show you another one. What if we, so this is something I had to look at before. We've got a lot of material that we've produced, and I was looking at how to publish on Kindle, and I found out that that's a big industry, right? People who've got a passion for writing, but they don't know how to get it up onto Kindle. So what if you had like a little software program that did auto Kindle publishing? What would be a good way to search for people to sell that to? And let me give you the answer. So I'm going to say self-publishing, okay? And now instead of Facebook, instead of LinkedIn, I'm going to search Twitter. Okay, let's go and search Twitter for self-publishing and see what we can find. Boom! In a second, these are the people that have used the term self-publishing in some of the tweets. And again, I can run this search automatically. I can find out more about them. I can add them to a link. I can send them a tweet using Zapier. Okay, so I can automate this search and contact people who are talking about any particular subject. And I can automate the next steps of that process. Okay, in one of my previous webinars, I've talked to people about somebody made about $13,000 in commission one Christmas as they set up a system that looked for people who tweeted about kids, presents for the grandkids, and sent them a page of the best-selling toys on Amazon, like just a quick tweet that said, hey, you're looking for kids for the grandkids, I saw this page on Amazon, and it was their affiliate link. He made about $13,000 in commissions just automating the tweets going out to people. That kind of stuff is cool. Okay, and that's what smart software can do for you. All right, so Discover exists so that we can find leads on any topic, anywhere. We can look at the criteria of those leads. Now, initially, as that dashboard shows, we're looking at specific web services with SEO, etc. But you can see that if I know who I'm targeting, I can find anyone, anywhere, with any service, with anything that I'm looking for. Discover's been built then to take the next part of the process and turn it into an automated funnel. And that is the approach and the follow-up to make sure that the leads are actually getting some value from you and becoming customers. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Like, I guess this is the chance to grab some feedback. Is it something you could get excited about? Is it something that you could see a huge value in? Because we've got a team of people that have been in and testing with us for the last sort of 6 to 12 months, and they've seen massive results. Do you know the surprising, I love the surprise emails when I get an email where it goes something like, hey, I got a sale overnight, I didn't even know Discover was still running. All right, so they've set it up to run. It's gone out and found a lead, and overnight they've sent them an email, they've sent an approach, they've sent another email or 2 days later or whatever they've set up in their autoresponder system, and this customer has moved through the sales funnel and bought the product or service that these guys are talking to them about, and they've never even spoken to them. That's all happened in the background. Guys, if you like what you've seen, drop me a 1. If you think it's a good system, if you can see the power and the value in having automated lead generation and automated follow-up and delivery system through your sales funnel. Let's see some ones. Ones. Ones, I'm seeing the ones. All right, guys, really we've put heart and soul into this. Heart and soul into making sure that this system is a powerful tool for anybody looking to sell their products or services. Okay? So, amazing, thank you. Can you see that? Can you see what we set out to achieve? Now again, coming from my background, I know the struggle and the time and the money that it takes to create a sales funnel full of opportunities. Okay, and I know that that's where burnout happens most of the time. Can you see what we set out to achieve here with Discover? We set this out to be simple, and we set it out to be automated so that you can run this 24/7 without coming back to check on it ever. It's set to deliver you leads. When people are meeting the criteria that you've set, those will be the leads that come through. Can you see what we've tried to achieve with Discover? So who wants in? Who wants to have a look at how we can add this to your ongoing marketing arsenal? All right, your ongoing marketing systems. Who wants in? I guess that's probably unfair without going through some costings. So let me tell you some costings. And before I tell you the cost of Discover as a software program, remember we have got a pretty amazing launch special that I'm going to talk to you about. What would it cost you to do this without Discover? So just very quickly, and I did this yesterday, so I pulled this straight from Google. I typed in, I think it was something like telemarketing services, and the top results. Telemarketing servicing costs, I think I put in. Somewhere between $10 and $70 per hour, with the average price of about $25 to $50 per hour of a telemarketing service. All right? Somebody that, a team of people that will sit there on the phone looking for leads for you, just like Discover does, around $25 to $50 per hour. And then I typed in appointment setting service. So someone that would qualify the leads if they're valuable, all right, put them in the calendar as an appointment, okay? That came in starting from $15 an hour. These guys were just, you can see they're appointment setters, telemarketing campaigns, and then they follow them through to an appointment. About $15 an hour for a starting. Like if you want a bit more detail, they will charge you more, but let's just say $15 an hour. And then the follow-up email service, now we can do that with autoresponders, but if you wanted a company to actually manage that so that you had that going on, they're reasonably cheap. I think we can set something in there for around $12 a month. But even without those two, without the email systems, having a look, the initial lead generation is $25 an hour. That's at the low end of the average, right? $25 an hour. Appointment setting, you're adding another $15 per hour. So the total without the email service, without the somebody managing and monitoring that email, at $40 per hour. Okay. Now, if you're making sales of $1,000 or more, is that valuable? Yes, absolutely. If you're making sales of $40,000, is it valuable? Absolutely. Okay. But the cost is still there. You're looking even at 10 hours a week. You may have somebody just running 5 hours a day, 2 days a week, and that fills your calendar. That's $400 a week, right? $400 a week. Now, if they ran with a normal week and had a few weeks off, that's $19,000 per year. $19,000 per year, all right? Now, again, if you're like Ralph earlier at $40,000 a sale, you make one sale every 2 years. It's paid for itself, okay? And hopefully you would be making more than that. So is that valuable? Yes, absolutely. But that's $19,000 a year. Now, you could go and get somebody full-time, right? So that's just 10 hours a week. You could go and get someone full-time, and again, the average salary in the United States for telesales is $26,500. Okay, again, from a Google search yesterday. Okay, from a Google search, $26,000. You could get somebody 40 hours a week. All right, so now then maybe they will do the telesales and the appointment setting and whatever else, but you're talking about $26,000 a year if you had somebody full-time. But if we're just concentrating on somebody part-time, doing it a little bit, 2 hours, 2 days a week, 5 hours a day, $19,000 a year. So Discover. Now, I want to tell you something, guys. We are doing this for a very, very, very special launch price. We're doing this something amazing. Before I show you your pricing, after this launch, as soon as the launch is done, as soon as we have the initial open of the curtains, Discover will be $49.95 a month. Okay, $49.95 a month. That works out to be about $600 per year and worth every penny. So it'll sit in the background and run for you, $49.95 a month. All right, finding all those leads, approaching them, sending out the others, doing all that sort of stuff. Is that worth it? Hell yeah, all day. But that's not what you guys are here for. With this launch, we're going to do something really, really special. Okay? With this launch, now there's two things here, because I want to show you the pricing, and then I'm going to offer you something even more special. All right? So stick with me. So after the launch, it's $49.95 a month. You guys, so that's $600 a year, right? You guys can pick it up for $197 per year. $197 per year. But that's not the special bit. That's not the special bit. That is unbelievably cheap. Less than $20 a month? Are you kidding me? for an automated lead generation system that then does the follow-up and everything for less than $20 a month. But that's not the special bit. Right now, and this is very, very strictly limited, okay, and something that I almost never do with our software programs. We're offering a charter license, which means you don't have to pay a monthly or a yearly cost, okay? Right now, if you pick up a charter license, you can get Discover and everything we ever add to the program for a one-time cost of just $297. That's once. That's not per month or per year. That's once. You can have Discover running for you in the background, automated, finding leads, approaching them, putting them into your sales pipeline, moving them through the process. You pay $297 one time. Now, we talked about the average of your sales, didn't we? We said, what's the cost, what's the average value of a customer to you? Okay? If you found just one customer with Discover, it's paid for itself, and you get to have a charter license. You get a charter license, which means there's no monthly, no yearly costs. Okay? You can pick up Discover for a one-time cost of $297. Guys, what do you think? Is that fair? Is that a fair price? If you think that's fair, just can you drop a fair in the chat box for me? Just write fair or just write a 1. Great, I'm saying fantastic. Buy link with a question mark. I like that. Nice question. I'll get to that in a second. Very fair, 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 fair. Excellent. Thank you. Yep, cool. Awesome. Guys, a one-time cost. One-time cost. We're only doing it for now. And then it will be $197 is the typical launch price, but the charter licenses is that one-time cost. Okay? And what we've tried to do is add the time and money value equation to this program. And as I mentioned just a second ago, what's one deal worth to you? For a charter license, this software sits in the background and runs for you and finds a deal or finds a lead, finds a sale, and it's paid for itself. Okay? What's one deal? If you're going out there, and there are, I think, lots of stuff on our site there. You can see video services typically sell for around $500 a video. Okay? And a mobile app, you could go out and build mobile apps for people for around $2,000. You can pick up a recurring client with SEO, paying you $200 a month. All right? You could go in and do website optimization for someone for $1,000. You could go in and set up their Facebook or social media campaigns for $1,000. You could even go and install a blog for people and run a content marketing system for people and charge them $200 a month or $500 a month or redo their website or at $500, $1,000 for every single sale that you can bring in. What is one deal worth to you? We have created something amazing with Discover, and you get a chance to have that charter license, and only if you lock it in. And guys, I just want to recap. You can go out and have leads generated for you, all right? It costs around $25 to $50 an hour, and it's worth it, okay? Because you're getting leads in the top of your funnel, but with Discover, you don't have to pay that, all right? You can go and have people kind of qualifying them and seeing if they're worthy of an appointment, moving them through into your sales funnel, all right? That's $15 an hour as well, but you don't need to pay that with Discover either. With Discover and with that charter license, that's a one-time cost of just $297. All right? That's something super special for you. And that, if we take that into account, remember it was $19,200 for a year. That's a saving of $18,000 per year for just 10 hours. And Discover runs in the background 24/7, never calls in sick, will never give you an excuse as to why they couldn't pick up the phone or make that approach. Discover will do it every single time. Do you remember what I said about Forbes magazine? 70% of leads never get the follow-up. Discover will never give you an excuse. Discover will never say, oh, I didn't call them because I was too tired and, you know, it was already Friday and I didn't send that email because I was, you know, I didn't think they'd be interested. Discover will never do that to you. It will send your follow-ups 100% of the time. If that's a lead that needs approaching, it'll be done. And you get to see it move through the sales funnel and you get to pick up the sale at the end. All right? And you can pick this up for a one-time cost of just $297. And I'm sure that you're sitting there thinking, yep, let me at it. How do I get it? And this is how. Discover. Right now with our launch and with this special charter license, you can go right here to this link that's on the screen right now. You can see it on the screen there. You'll be able to go there. You can pick up that yearly package if you want to, or even go the monthly if you choose. But there's that charter license, which means you get Discover for a one-time cost. You get it to have it running in the background for you 24/7 from this day forward. You get Discover working for you on your sales team, automating your approaches and getting everything done in the right way for you for a one-time cost of $297. Let me answer a couple of questions, and I've still got the link on the page there. You guys can head over now. I can actually see people jumping in, so thank you, appreciate that. First question, what's a charter license? A charter license is something that's done at a very, very limited, I guess, time when a software company opens its doors. See, a software program has ongoing costs. We need to maintain it, we need to update it, but a charter license is just that initial momentum. It's that special offer. It means you get it for a one-time cost, which is crazy, and it's also why we're not doing it after this. But you guys get to lock in that opportunity if you're moving fast. How many searches can I run? That's a great question. You can run unlimited searches, okay? Unlimited searches. You can have unlimited searches running in the background. Now, there's a proviso for that. There is a proviso, all right? Discover, every time it runs, it actually costs us money because it's going out and verifying emails. And the email verification costs us real money. Every time somebody pushes search, it costs us real money. So we are giving up to 2,000 searches per month in this initial offer. So even with that charter license, you'll get 2,000 searches every single month added to your account. 2,000 searches, 2,000 searches, 2,000 searches, 2,000 searches. And the reason I've kind of put unlimited there is because if you're serious about your marketing and you say, well, Walt, 2,000 searches isn't enough for me. I've got a big campaign coming up. I want to run 10,000 searches this month. Well, you can buy a credit pack from us. So you've bought the charter license. There's no other costs with that. But you might say, I need a bit more just for this month. So you can buy a credit pack. And I think at my last cost, you can buy 10,000 searches for about $200 or something along that line. So if you're running, I think we worked it out to be 100 searches or 100 searches a day or something like that, you will have more than enough credits, okay? But if you ever want to run a bigger search, you can, and that's part of our program. You can just buy a pack and you can just run as many searches as you want. If you pick up the charter license, as I mentioned, you've got no other ongoing monthly costs, no other yearly costs. So on the anniversary every month, you're just going to get those searches just directly added to your account. All right, and you can run them. Now, you can run the searches without the email verification as many times as you want. Okay, so that's not using any of the credits. If you're not using the email verification, you're not using any credits. So you can just keep searching and searching and searching and approaching them and all that kind of stuff. The email verification is the bit that costs us money because we go out and verify that it's a real email address and not a spoof and all that sort of stuff. And that's the bit that costs a bit of money. But you can run unlimited searches without that email verification. Just go out and find the leads and add them to the pipeline and let the autoresponder take over. If it's a genuine email address, we've probably found about 80% of emails are genuine anyway. So, you're covered. What information can I find? I showed that one there briefly, but there's so much. So SEO information, how many pages, how many backlinks, what words are they ranking for? What advertisements are they running? Do they have videos? Do they have mobile apps? You can, of course, get the names, the email addresses. You can find their social media profiles. Like all of that information is there, part of Discover. Okay, so all of that's there, and yes, we will be adding information to the Discover tool. As I mentioned at the very start of this webinar, we build tools for business. We use our own tools and we stand behind them. So as an example, with Webinar Geo, we've invested more than $500,000 back into that program since we opened, right? We build tools for business and for the long term. So yes, we will be adding to the information, but there's heaps and heaps that you can get there, and so many success stories coming out of Discover already. Can I get my VA using my license? Let me answer this. Hell yeah, absolutely. Share your login. So you buy a license and you want your team to use the program, get them in there, right? Right now you can pick it up and you can share your logins. They can jump in there and run the searches for you. Absolutely no problem. This is not something that sits on your desktop. It's cloud-based. So you can run it from an airport lounge while you're waiting on your mobile phone. Go out and find some leads in the country you're about to fly into. You can run this from anywhere with anything, okay? And yes, you can get your VA in and searching. You mentioned Zapier. What is it, and is it free? Zapier is an amazing tool, okay? It is a massive automation hub, and it works with everybody that you can possibly imagine. So I showed you that it works with Facebook and Twitter and Salesforce and Zoho, and there are paid accounts with Zapier, and there's free systems with Zapier. And basically what it does is, if you imagine if then, so what do I mean? If this happens, then do that. All right, so if you find a lead, put it into my Zoho CRM and automatically add them to my Facebook group and send them a tweet and follow them up with an SMS, can all be done within the Zapier framework, which is what makes Discover so powerful. Discover finds the leads, you can connect it with Zapier, and then you can do everything that I just mentioned. You can even, hey, this is a fun one. Did you know Google Home, the little automated speaker, has a Zapier link, so you can have people, I don't know, added to a spreadsheet, and then Google Home will read their name out to you, or play a ka-ching sound or something like that. But you can do that all with Zapier, which is really, really, really cool. I get this one a lot, actually, when I'm talking about this particular program. You know, somebody said, can I really go out and email people legally? You know, there's an email address on the web. Can I approach them with a commercial service? The answer is 100% categorically yes. Now, there are laws in place, and I suggest that you read up on them. In the frequently asked questions on the web page itself, you can see a link to that. But basically, I think there's rules, and every country is different. So make sure, you know, this is not advice. You need to make sure you cover yourself. But in the United States, from the FTC, there was about 6 laws, and it was something like A, you must let people know that it's commercial, like it's an ad that you're offering it as a commercial service. B, you can't use any misleading subject lines. C, they must be able to opt out easily. D, you must honor those opt-outs instantly. There's a couple of others as well, but the overall answer is yes. And there was a case which actually said if somebody's published their email address on the web, they've literally invited you to use that email address to contact them. So that is the legality. And again, just go and read up on it, but the answer is yes. All right. So are there any OTOs? This is probably my favorite question, because what it tells me is people want to buy, but they don't want to get any surprises. We talked about $297 for a charter license. Are there any OTOs? And first thing I want to cover off is everything I've shown you has been included with the charter license, nothing hidden. Okay, that's the first thing I want to tell you. So at $297, with that charter license, you get everything. You can run the searches, you can approach, you can connect, you can email, you can follow up, run it on a schedule. Everything is covered. That I want to be 100% clear. Okay. Yes, there are some optional upgrades, and I'll mention them briefly. The first is an agency license. An agency license, and what this allows you to do. Do you think? This is a fair question. Do you think there are other people in the sales environment out there like yourself who would want an automated sales funnel software system? Hell yeah, like millions of them. Millions of them. The first optional upgrade is the agency license. There's 3 different levels with that. If you just want to kind of give it a try, I think it's about, you know, you can sell a certain limited amount of licenses. It's about $100. You can go for more licenses. It's about $200, and then you can get like an unlimited license. I want to go out and sell this to everybody, make a lot of money with it, keep 100% of the profits. It's about $297, I think, for the unlimited with the agency license. Again, optional. If you think that other people will want to buy this and you want to make money from being the person that sells it to them, then you're in the right place. You can grab that. The next upgrade is what we call a profit pack, and it's a pack of tools that is basically designed for the things that we find with Discover to help you profit from them. What do I mean by that? Mobile apps, video marketing, social media marketing, SEO and content marketing, and there was another one as well. But there's five bundles, and it's all included in the one price, the profit pack, and it has a website, a video ad, a couple of Facebook ads, you know, follow-up email sequence. So basically, you can have Discover go out and find the leads, and then we give you the background to be able to go out and sell those leads. So we'll give you a great looking website. People can opt in and get become a lead of yours. They can contact you for more information. They can, you've got Facebook ads you can run video ads. We give you everything basically. And that's 5 different services that you can sell in one pack, and that's $197 as a one-time cost. And the final upgrade is our other new piece of software, which we call Engage. Now, Engage, you've probably seen many, many websites out there in the world that have the little chat box, when you land on the site and you have somebody pop and says, "Hi, I'm Samantha, how can I help you?" Right? Engage is our version of that, but with a bit of a twist. Engage uses the apps you already have on your phone, so you don't have to set anything else up. It uses Messenger, it uses Skype, it uses others, so that you can have your support team, your VA, yourself, whoever, your sales team, communicating and engaging with people on your websites, answering questions and helping move them again through the sales funnel. So Engage is our other upsell. Now, I just want to recap. So everything's included in the $297. Optionally, you can get the agency license. Optionally, you can pick up the profit pack. And optionally, you can grab Engage. And there's also an agency license with the Engage system as well. If you want to sell that as a service, we also make that available. So they are the optional upgrades, no surprises, but you get that one chance with the $297 charter license. And that's the link, guys. This is my last slide. And again, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to come and present this to you. I have known for all of my sales life that there must be an easier way. And we created that with Discover. So we created it to help you find leads, to help you approach them, to help them follow up, to help people make sales in an easier way, all right? And that charter license, that one-time cost license, is only available now. So head on over. Thank you again. Thank you so much for joining me. You can see it on the page there. Again, thank you so much for the chance to join. If I haven't answered your question as we've been going, I will. I'll get back to you. You can also, if you're watching this on a replay, please drop in a question if you have. It'll come to me on an email, so I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you so much. I really hope that you've seen the value that we've created with Discover. We've created it to be a massively impactful program for you. And we've really put heart and soul into it. There's a lot more coming. And right now you get to be in with us as we grow, taking advantage of that charter license. So go and grab it. Let's start those leads flowing in for you. And I can't wait to hear of your success stories. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's Walt Bayless, and this is our brand new Discover software app, helping people find leads and automate the sales process 24/7. Thanks again. I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Cheers.
All right, so Walt, thank you for joining us once again. Again, I do hope you see the value of this. Again, think about it. It's an autopilot software that generates leads and automates the sales process for you as well. So again, if you have any questions, guys, let me know in the chat so that we can answer them before we do wrap things up. So I have a question here. Is there a guarantee? Yes, there is always a guarantee. We don't promote something that is not guaranteed. Plain and simple. Again, software, whether it's the best or not, there has to be a guarantee because it doesn't always work for everybody. And we want to make sure that we don't want to keep your money if you are not happy with your purchase. All right, so let me see. What else? Do you need proxies? No, there's no need for proxies here. Can you, in the search for countries drop-down list, I only have seen countries which have English as a first language. This ideally should work with other languages as well, but mostly you're going to be targeting the top tier countries, which is like the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, right? Ireland. So the top tier countries is the main target for this software, but this should work with other languages as well. All right, so guys, if you're jumping in, give me a quick yes or one right now in the chat. Or if you're on the fence and you have any question, just put in a number 10 right now so that we can answer those for you. So again, if you want to jump in, the link to go to is link.kvsocial.com/discovery. It's on your screen. Go get it before the charter licenses are gonna be taken up. So we only have a couple of spots available for the charter licenses. So the sooner you get in, the sooner you can reserve that spot. All right. So yeah, for those who are still in the call, if you want to see all for exclusive bonuses, type in bonus in the chat right now. We're gonna send you the link to the bonus page. Again, please do note that these bonuses I'm gonna show you are exclusively available through us, and you won't be able to see it or see this anywhere else. All right. So I'm gonna drop the bonus page link in the chat. There we go. And for those who might have missed a big part of the webinar, if you came in late, you can check out the bonus page after 5 p.m. Eastern today, and that replay or the replay of this webinar will be there by then. All right, Gerard, let me know if you received the link for the bonus page. No problem, Tasnim. That's weird. You can see it on the chat as well. Just click on chat and you should see it there. Bonus page, link.kvsocial.com/discover bonus. Just add bonus to discover. All right. Yeah. So let me see. Yeah, just add bonus, the word bonus after discover from the link you see on your screen. So instead of kvsocial.com/discover, put in link.kvsocial.com/discover bonus. No spaces. All right, so guys, since I don't see any other questions coming in, we're gonna wrap things up. So again, thank you everyone for joining the call. Thank you, Gerard, Jacob Tasnim, Constance, James, B, Kokeb, Mandy, my credit guy, Eric, Peter as well, and well, you know who you are. All right, thank you for joining the call, and I do hope to see you on the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.